All right, Sean Zittel here with undefeated middleweight Elijah Garcia. Elijah, man, this was going to happen a couple months ago on a big card, but it's here now, man. How's that feel? So to know you're going to be able to make fight night and make this fight happen.
I feel good. I feel prepared. I feel ready. It's kind of a bummer, last time. So I don't know. I had a long time to prepare. So I'm just ready to put on the show, you know what I mean? I took a couple weeks off, and I got back in the gym, and I just had to stay sharp for the most part. I didn't have to really get back in shape because I took care of myself. So
this is looked at, as a step-up fight. Do you see it that way too? And how do you, yeah?
I see it as like another 50-50 fight, you know what I mean? I've had a couple of those, so, it's like nothing new to me. I feel like every fight I'm going to have from now on is a 50-50 or a step-up. So, I got the mentality where, I got to be my best self, or else, it's going to be a really tough fight for me.
Yeah, the Amiclad fight was supposed to. Actually, you're supposed to be the underdog in that fight. That's what got you going. So.
Yeah, 100%. I was supposed to be the underdog, and you know what I mean. So here we are now.
What's your thoughts on Kyrone Davis, man?
Kyron's really tough. He's a really tough cat. I know he could bang it out. He fought Benavidez and went 7 rounds, and he didn't get knocked out. He stopped it, and he was still on his feet trying to fight back. You know what I mean? So. I know it's not going to be an easy fight. He's a really good counterpuncher. He's fast. He's strong. I got to be the best deal I could be to go out there and get the win. And I want to fight for a world title by the end of the year, so I can't have a half-assed performance either.
What do you think when he's very confident because he says all his opportunities they came on short notice, and this time he's got a full camp with Stephen Edwards. And what do you think when he says things?
I'm not sure how true that is. You know what I mean? I feel like he kind of. I know he'd fight Benavidez on short notice, that's for sure. But I feel like I'm not sure how true that is, to be honest. That sounds unrealistic to me. I felt like he could have been in the same spot I was in. He was a top prospect, but he lost. You know what I mean? So I feel like maybe he might be a little jealous, because he could be in my shoes right now. So.
These are things that guys with a couple L's tell themselves that it's my management, it's my short notice, and
it must be. Yeah, it must be. I don't have a loss, and if I did have a loss, I definitely wouldn't make an excuse for it. You saw my last fight. If I would have fought, I probably would have lost, and I wouldn't. I didn't take the fight because I was sick. I'd rather not have the loss on my record and have an excuse for it. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Well, in that fight with Benavidez, got in his chest a couple times and cut that distance. Is that what you're expecting him to try to do with you, get in your chest?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I felt like, he was moving around the ring.
He was, yeah.
And then he had no choice to fight on the inside. Right. His last fight when he fought Cruz Stewart, he was putting the pressure coming forward, and I felt like, if he wants to do that, that'll work out in my favor. But, to be honest, he's a really good boxer, and I'm not sure what he's going to do.
You say you feel like it'll work in your favor if he tries that, because I know you have power.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when I watch the power, it comes at like mid-range with the left hand. Do you feel like?
I feel like just make sure breaking them down, and not worried about knocking them out. I just put my punches together, and most of the time it happens at the mid-range. That's what I'm most comfortable at, and they end up fighting my fight. So.
Do you think? What do you want to show in this fight? What have you been improving on in the gym that you want to?
I feel like a lot of people talk about my defense isn't too great, and I do get hit with punches. I do. My last fight, I fought Mondo. He was averaging about 100 punches a round, and I stopped him in the 8th round, and he only landed 28% of his punches. So, to fight someone with that high of an output, it's kind of hard not to get hit, especially the type of fight we're having. So, I'm not sure. I know Kyron's not as, active as he is when it comes to throwing punches. So, I want to show everybody that I do have good defense, and, I'm going to be looking to prove that Saturday night.
Coming from Arizona like David, how does it feel to share a big card with him, and how do you think he looks Saturday night too?
I feel like he's going to get the win, no problem. He's going to get the win. He's strong, he's fast, and we're AZ boys, so we got to stick together. You know what I mean? We're going to ride together, and I hope nothing but the best for him.
You guys get a chance to cross paths at all, like in the past, this week?
I've met him a couple times. He's really familiar with my grandpa. They all used to train in the same gym together, so you know what I mean. But I said what's up to his brother yesterday, so that was cool.
You ever spar him?
No, I've never sparred him.
Too much size and age for that to have ever lined up in Arizona.
Yeah, exactly. when I was, I just barely started fighting in Arizona, and he was like on his way out to like Vegas and
Right.
Oregon, so I never really got to hang out with him and stuff like that.
You said earlier that you wanted to become champion this year.
Yes, sir.
So do you got your eyes set on Erislandy Lara?
That would be the fight I do want, but if not, I know the WBA interim's vacant, so I'd like to go for that, and then I feel like Lara would have no choice to go through me when the time's right. You know what I mean? So he's about 40, I think, and you feel like you could send him on home. Been a very good fighter for a long time, but he's a very good fighter for a very long time. He's I feel like he beat Canelo. He's one of the best. He go in as a Hall of Fame fighter, but I feel like I'm 21 years old. I'm hungry, and I feel like it's just my time right now. And no disrespect to him. He's a great champion.
Thanks, Elijah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.